My mom, like I told you, my mom was heavy in the business, but I was tripping with this woman. My mom knew what I did. My mom was very hip to what I did. I left a very good woman for this other woman. I had another kid with my wife, who I have today. My mom came to bring presents for my son because we were having a birthday party for my son's first birthday. And my mom leaves the house. She calls me and she tells me, hey, your house is being watched. You better be careful. They're watching your house. And me being stupid, young and dumb, and invincible, I'm the fucking smartest, right? I'm like, you're fucking paranoid woman. Ain't nobody watching me. 2 days later, they kicked in my door. SWAT team came. There used to be a dude named called Big Daddy Rob, Fat Daddy Rob. He's from the north side over here. He just passed away, man. Now, he passed away, so I'm going to speak about it. He's dead. This dude was an informant on my case. Him and his brother-in-law and his fucking old lady, they were informants on my case. So his brother was doing work for me. He was getting ready to detail my car. And he was supposed to be ordering detailing supplies. And they were supposed to supposedly bring him to the house. So I think we're waiting for detail supplies so we could detail my cars. Fucking box truck pulls up, brothers. It looks like a milk truck. And these fucking meatheads jump out screaming. I thought I was being robbed. I thought they were robbing me. No one said police. I just heard fucking motherfuckers grunting. My lady had just left. She was taking her daughter up the street. They shot my dog in the front yard. They shot my dog and killed my pit. I thought that I was getting robbed. I wouldn't expect police to just shoot someone's dog, you know what I mean? And I run through the house and I run through the bathroom because my house, the way it went is there was two front doors. There was a front door in the living room and the front door in the bedroom. So I could walk out of the front door in my bedroom and get into my living room just walking across the patio. Or I could go all the way around to the kitchen and go through the bathroom and get into my living room. I run into my living room. I'm going into my closet. I jump in my closet and I'm grabbing the biggest, baddest noisemaker you can grab. I'm getting ready to fucking rock. I'm loading it up. I'm cocking it, and the fucking door swings open and I see a cop. I look at him. He has an AUG. I don't know what you guys know what an AUG is. It loads from the back. It's got a long rifle. The rifle the barrel sits all the way at the back. The chamber's from the back. It's a very short barrel rifle, but it gives you the range and everything as well as being able to clear a house. So I see that gun. I look at his vest. It says police. The dude looks at me. I look at him. He sees me. I got a big ass 30-round and a Russian banger in my hand, and dude kicks me right in the chest. And him and his boys go to beating the fuck out of me. They stomp me into gorilla cookies, bro. They put a beat on me. They fucked me up. He showed his friends. He was like, look what he was getting. These dudes put me in the corner and gave me the boots. They fucked me up real good. I watched them tear apart my house, rip open my leather couches, take a knife against my big screen. We didn't have the big projection TVs. Cop was like, that's a nice fucking TV, a nice screen there. And he had his nice fucking knife and just all the way down, put a nice cut along the screen. We had some glass tables on some like marble balls. They were throwing shit through the tables. They stole one of my woman's cocktail rings. They stole some of her jewelry. Had a badass Onkyo system, which is, a rack system. A lot of people don't know nowadays. Back in the 90s and stuff, we didn't have everything you guys had today, Bluetooth and that. Had a nice house system. They just tipped it over. We're talking about like a $1,600 system. Day before my son's first birthday, get jammed up and end up in the hole, or end up in the county jail. They take me to a room. I'm bloody. I'm beat up. My mouth's all busted open. That's not where the tooth loss came from. That was later. But anyways, they put the boots to me and then permitted to try to ask me questions. They wanted certain names, and I wasn't willing to deal with them, man. I wasn't willing to go there with them. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm not telling. I don't know those people. And they slammed me down. It was my first offense. I was a very For a lot of the life I lived, I didn't get in a lot of trouble in my early age. I ended up in juvenile hall one time for a banger that my cousin, the lowrider weirdo, he told on me. We was in my car and I had it under his seat and he got pulled out. He's like, hey, tell him who's good it is, Conrad, tell him who's good. I was like, shit, I don't know who's that is, bro. But yeah, the lowrider weirdo done told on me right in front of the po-pos. Yeah, so ended up in prison. First day before my son's first birthday, I didn't even get to see my son for his birthday. I was locked up in jail, and I went into prison.
How long they give you?
Shit, so this is in 1997, 96. Denver Drug Court was around. It ain't like it is today, man. They wasn't slapping people on the fucking wrist. They was handling you. I had to make so I ended up getting a $10,000 bond. No, $20,000. So I make bond. I get out, and they caught me with like 7 bangers. All of them were legal because, like I said, I went to the gun shows, frequented them. Everything was bought legal. I was of age. I didn't have no felonies. I was able to possess them. The question would be is whether they were automatic or not. Got out on a $20,000 bond, and Denver Drug Court used to have to UA. To get to be out on bond. So you'd have to drop weekly UAs, and if you got a hot one, they'd take you back, and you'd have to bond right out again. So I was playing that fine line. I was trying to get high and drink icy water and try all these crazy tricks so I ended up wasting like another bond on that. I went back in. I had to get bond out again. Stopped smoking weed, and didn't want to cooperate. They came back like 3 weeks, 4 weeks later and arrested my old lady. They had her on a case. I guess they had caught her with coke. They had caught her with coke like a couple months before that. Not a couple years. Shit, they had that over a year ago. So this is where I don't know if she was one of my. There goes a criminal right there, homie. That's a criminal right there. Yeah. But anyways, so she ended up having a case from like a year before, and we weren't together. So they come and jam her, bud, these cops. And she comes and gets me, and she's like, hey, those cop cars were there. I seen them. Those cars were there. Those were the cop cars that was one of the cars when they jammed our house. And so sure enough, when the car drives by, it's a Thunderbird, and I flip it off. And sure enough, man, not even about 10 minutes later, here comes 2 black and whites pulling up at my crib. Cop pulls up. His name's Trujillo. He's a detective drug. So the guy who got me was a drug detective. His name was Mike Gasman. So if you like to know who Mike Gasman is, then you can know. His name was Mike Gasman. He was a drug enforcement. Cold motherfucker, dog. He looked like a biker. He looked like somebody that came out of the Sons of Anarchy. You wouldn't think this dude was a cop. Now, I never sold to him. He never he made buys from other people that were snitching and giving him a case on me. Anyways, Trujillo and Gasman pull up in the car, and they're like, yeah, we told you, motherfucker, you don't want to cooperate. And we started having words, and I was laughing at them, and they took the old lady into custody, and they jammed her up. She's crying. And I was like, I was being cocky. Like, oh, she'll be out in like an hour, 2-3 hours, fool. And I bonded her out. She got out. So they had us, man. 4 weeks after that, brother, they hit me again. They come and hit my house. I wasn't doing anything. I'm literally going to court. I'm driving to court. Literally driving to court. I'm on my way to court for that day, for court date. They pull me over on the way to court, take me back to my house. When I get to my house, they're inside my house already. The Denver DA is sitting inside my house. His name was Lenny Levine, was the DA. Great. He's sitting inside my house talking shit, laughing. They bust out some fucking paper. He busts out some shit. They have a box. So they have some bullets. They have some clips that they didn't take the first time. They have some broken cell phones. They have some broken pagers. And they're like, yeah, what's this? You ain't dealing? And I was like, that's all shit you didn't take the first time. Because I didn't clean up, motherfuckers. So he goes, yeah, you ain't got shit. And he pulls out a newspaper, man. He opens up this piece of newspaper. And I'll never forget. It's like a 4x4 square newspaper. He goes, what's this? And it's a rock. And he goes, it looks like. And he goes, yeah, we got you, motherfucker. I go, that's yours, homie. I don't know. That ain't mine. I keep my in plastic like normal people. And then I go, let me see that. And he put it by my, he like showed it to me and brought it up by my face, and I fucking blew it. And when I blew it, I tried to stomp it it fell on the ground. I tried to stomp it, and the cops fucking wrecked me into the corner again and beat the fuck out of me. So I tried to pull fast, and I tried to throw a stomp on it, but before I could stomp it, I got the beat out of me again. Take me to jail, go before the judge. They say I missed court. I missed court because I'm getting jammed up by your guys over here. I got I have a $250,000 bond for drugs. They didn't find no other. So when we go to arraignment, they start reading off my charges. They're saying in time, if it gets ran consecutive, I'm looking at 200 and something years. Everything is mandatory DOC time, everything. Over 14 grams, was it back then, 14? Like 14 or 20 grams is a guaranteed DOC sentence. If you get caught with anything that's hard, that you rocked up, manufactured, I think that's a guaranteed DOC sentence. It all comes with mandatory. So at the end of the day, I got hit for a 12-year sentence. First offense, never had a felony as an adult. Yeah, they slammed me down, man, with a 5-year mandatory parole. And it was a stipulated sentence. So I had to sign to a stipulated sentence, which means so if you knew in the 90s, they hit you with this mandatory 5 years. A lot of people were getting let out and cut off on their time because they were claiming illegal sentences. Because the parole time and the time they would have served is going to go greater than any time they would have had to serve. So a lot of people were getting love on illegal sentences. When my lawyer looked into it, he was like, I can't get you an illegal sentence. So mind you, I took a deal for a 12-year sentence. I mean, I was boxed in, man. They had stipulated deal. They wanted me. And the reason why they did is because one of the CIs told them, and I'm not going to say I said this, I'm not going to say I didn't say it, but one of the CIs told him that I wanted to call my gas man, tell him I would cooperate with him, and then I was going to kill him when he came to meet me. Not saying I said it. That's what they said. This was in court. That they said that the CI told them that Mr. Borges planned to call him and tell him he's going to cooperate. And when Mike Gassman comes to meet him, he's gonna do the dirty on him. Yeah. He's gonna send him to the other side. Cops were at my every hearing, man. They had a hard on. Crazy. Oh, they hated me. They hated me. They were at my every hearing. They made sure I was going to get they spoke when I was getting sentenced. They spoke. I first had Bozo Lozo as my lawyer. Sold me out. Tried to get shit, dude. He was trying to get 18 years. 18 years. So I called Hybrid Steinberg and them. And Steinberg, no, I called Steve Alonzi. Steve Alonzi entered on my behalf. Steve Alonzi negotiated for the 12-year stipulated. I wasn't happy. So I called Harvey Steinberg and them. And Harvey was like, dude, if you fire your lawyer again, we're not going to get you the same deal. He was like, Conrad, you're not getting out of this. You're going to prison. I don't care how much money you have or how much money you think you can use to get out of this. You're going to prison. And I was like, all right. And he goes, and don't bond out again if they get you. So we got the bond back down. We got the bond down to $100,000. He told me, you make that $100,000 bond and I guarantee the feds will pick you up. He goes, I guarantee you will turn this state case into a fed case. So tread lightly, young man. And I listened to his advice and I took the 12-year sentence and went and laid my neck down. And the rest is history, dude. They
had you too cold or what?
They did, brother. They had me dead to rights. They caught me with half a bird in the house. The first time I was caught with a half a bird, the dope dealer was right there in the house, bro. He walked out. He was part of it too. He's part of it too. He routed too. He walked right out of it. He got out. It was funny because when he was walking out, I told him, hey, bro, I'll see you later. And the cop goes, are you fucking threatening him? Are you fucking threatening him? And I was like, why would I threaten him? That's my friend. I just told him I'm seeing him later. And he goes, I go, but you're telling me I have a reason to threaten him. And the cop looked like what? Like, why would I have a reason? You're telling me I have a reason to threaten him? What are you saying? Now, we all know when somebody a house gets shook and They raid a house, everybody fucking jail. Don't give a fuck. If you're a kid, you're going to social services, or if they're nice, they'll let you call someone to come get you. But normally, when they shake a house, almost every motherfucker in the house is going to jail. That's a fact. Me, my old lady went to jail. Fact of the matter is, dude, I took the case. I didn't want my old lady. She was pregnant with my daughter. I didn't want her to go through that. So that was a lot of a factor. I thought I had a real one. Yeah, right. She went and had a baby with some other dude, and you know, it is what it is. Her life continued to be shit.